Hey everyone, my name is Michael Santiago, and welcome to Gamers University podcast. This is episode 19, and today's a special holiday special. And for those of you that are watching it on YouTube at home or wherever, I got my Christmas sweater on, my ugly Santa Christmas sweater. So just to get the holiday spirit. And today's a cool holiday focused game focused episode. We're going to be giving away 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate for a lucky listener out there. I did like a random drawing and like a generator from everyone who followed the contest, and I wish everyone luck. And so yeah, this is the first time doing that, and I think it's so awesome to give back. And you got to have the holiday spirit. So in this episode I am going to be doing a top 5 gifts for gamers this holiday season. So if it's like last minute gift shopping that family and friends are doing for anyone who are gamers, I'll give you like a list of things that you can see if they have, and you could get them, and I'm sure they'll be very happy. So with number 5, I'm gonna give you like a top 5. So number 5 is the Switch OLED, and I have it right here for those of you that are watching at home. Um, this thing is awesome. It's how can I say this? So it's like the Switch, the original, but it's bigger, it's better. The battery life is great. I don't think about the battery as much as I did with the previous Switch. When I play the original Switch, you're very conscious of the battery issue. You play an hour and a half, and then you notice you start wondering about the battery. So you take a look, you go home, take a look at the battery, it's maybe 70%, and you start getting nervous. But with the OLED, it's the battery is really good. You can play for hours without even thinking about the battery, and it continues no problem. And the OLED screen is fantastic. It's beautiful, it's sharp, it's big. It's a fantastic gift. Now, if you have the Switch already, like the original Switch or Switch Lite, do you need to get this? Not necessarily. So that's why it's not like a number one gift to get. It's there in the top 5. Um, so number 4 would be the Halo Edition Elite Series 2 controller. Now, for those at home, you can see this thing is unbelievable. When I tell you that it changes like the way you play, it's no exaggeration. Like literally the triggers on this controller are so responsive once you play with the levels of the Elite series controller. It's very how can I say this? Very like sturdy, extremely high quality build, and it looks fantastic. And it's a little pricey, but I think it's worth every penny. Um, that's also like not a must have, because the Xbox does come with a controller, of course, and it's more of a like a leisure, like something that really helps with a gamer's experience. And so number 3 is the Oculus Quest 2. Now this thing, so this is fantastic. This reminds me of the Wii back in its heyday. You have family members that don't usually play video games trying it. And when I bring, this is like a party gift. When I go to someone's house or a party, or I throw a party, I would have somebody try this on. It's a great like accessory. It's a great party gift. And anyone who plays it has so much fun. It's so immersive. it's really hard to explain. You're in this VR world, and you just a note to those who have it. Make sure you have the grid, that the barrier that like protects you, because if not, you're gonna end up crashing into walls, like rolling over a sofa. Don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt out there. But it's a ton of fun. It's great for the whole family, and it's really a great like party gift for sure. And number two is the next gen console. So Xbox Series X and the PS5. I myself have had was able to get the Xbox Series X, but the PS5 is fantastic as well. Um for those who are like into either game system, I don't think there's nothing wrong with either one. So if you're able to get one for a family or friend, and it happens to be the Xbox or the PS5, it's okay. Next gen is here, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be happy no matter what. I love my Series X. It's fantastic. The games run so smoothly. The quick resume is a game changer. Just being able to swap between games, because that's what I tend to do. I hop over different games that I'm playing, and so yeah, I love it. I think the next gen is fantastic so far, and hopefully you can get one for a friend or family. I know those bots out there are really ruining things, but stay positive. Try to I recommend Wario64 on Twitter. Follow that guy. He's a constant with notifications of when these systems are up. And good luck out there. And number one is Game Pass Ultimate. So it's a subscription that you could get for a friend or family who's into games, and it is fantastic because it allows you to play games wherever you are. Basically, you could, whether it's a PC, your phone, or a console like the Xbox, you can play so many games. It's almost like it's like a Netflix for games. It's my favorite thing right now. I play so much Game Pass. It's unbelievable, and it's true. Like Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, says people who are on Game Pass play more games. It's I just find myself playing so much more having Game Pass, because I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about which game do I get, and that pressure of like knowing that this game might be the only game I could play all year. No, you play a game. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, you can move on to something else. Just download a different game. It's a perfect, I think it's a perfect gift for gamers or non-gamers as well, just to get people to try different things on so many different devices. It's so flexible, the service. It's fantastic. And now I'm going to be talking about the top 5 games for 2021. This is a personal list. These are the games that I've played, I've enjoyed the most. And there are a ton of games out there that out of the top 5. Um, it's okay. They're all the games I played this year were amazing. Honorable mention, I just started playing Inscription. That's a fantastic indie game. It's a card-based game, kind of like Slay the Spire, where it's got a lot of like horror elements in it as well. And it's a card game, and you have to um use up tokens, or you have to sacrifice. Basically, you have to sacrifice a card that you might throw down to put on a more powerful card, and you're playing against the boss, and you're trying to move on a level. It's a roguelike card game. Love it so far, but it didn't make top 5. So with that said, let's go with the top 5. And number 5 is It Takes Two. And it was one of my favorite games of the year, and it was especially it was very special to me because I was playing it with my wife. I played the entire game from beginning to end with my wife, and it took longer than expected because we have to both be available, and um, and stuff like that. You know, life gets in the way, but we played it little by little. We were going to it like maybe an hour a day or something like that, and we had so much fun playing that game. The mini games, you know, whether it's like doing snowball or playing chess or something like that. It's a co-op game, so it's like a couch co-op. And idea, the story behind it is this girl, this little girl, her parents are about to get a divorce. They're right there at the end of it. They're basically about to sign the papers. They're really close to divorcing. um and the daughter feels like it's her fault, and she basically makes a wish in front of these two little toys that she has, two little dolls, and she makes a wish that, you know, she hopes that they could get back together. And she cries, and her tears land on these dolls, and through magic, the magic of, you know, games and the magic of love, right? The parents get put into these dolls, and they wake up, and they're in this almost like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment, where they're really tiny, and the entire world is huge. You know, just being in the basement is like being in an entire like city. So you have these huge blocks, and it's just the smallest things in that's there, like a little toy, all of a sudden is a huge structure, right? And so they're these little characters, and they have to figure out how to get from where they are, which I forget where they start off. Let's say they start off in the basement. They have to get to the daughter to try to get her to reverse the spell. And just getting from room to room, section to section of the house is like an entire world, like different worlds. And it just brings you to this incredible journey. And you meet this this funny doctor, Dr. Hassan, I think, or Hanson, something like that. It's a book. The doctor is he created this love book, and the love book comes to life, and it has this like thick accent, and it's funny, and he's all about getting them back together and falling back in love, and he just fantastic voice acting. And and so he gives them like little detours, you know. It could, you know, the game would end in like 5 minutes if they would just go to the daughter, just walk over there, but no, the whole point of the journey is for them to try to fall back in love. So he'll create detours and have them thrown off to the garden or the backyard or something like that, and if they get close to the daughter again, he'll just push them another detour, have them go to the attic or something like that. And then little by little they start appreciating themselves, and almost seeing themselves as a couple again for the first time in a long time, where they oh man, some of the levels are like the the husband and the wife, they would go through the attic, let's say, for example, and it had a whole bunch of the stuff that the wife was into, because the wife was into, let's say, music, right? And they had all these instruments and all this stuff in this level, and you're jumping on guitars and you're jumping on pianos and all this stuff and making noise, and it looks fantastic and beautiful, and the music and the sound is fantastic. And little by little they start like really appreciating each other, noticing that they both gave up things to make their relationship and their family work. They made a lot of sacrifices, and it is a great message of like compromising and making sacrifices for the greater good, especially when it comes to family. So that's just a little synopsis of the game. It's a fantastic game, and it actually won Game of the Year um, in the Game Awards. So congratulations to them. So let's move on. Number 4 is Metroid Dread, which I play on the Switch OLED. This fantastic beast over here, and this game is really good. It's really good. Not pretty good. You know, I almost did a Larry David. Pretty good. No, this is really really good. So it's a 2D Metroid game, and what I like about it is there's a few things I like. I like the world built, like the world, like the different environments that you go to. I like the combat. What my two like a few of my favorite features is the slide. I love sliding in that game, just to get away from these like Terminator Emmys that are coming after you, and they're like unstoppable machines that are trying to hunt you down as Samus. And so you slide through the map, through the level, you're sliding, getting, moving around, very acrobatic. And then I like when you're able to stun like an enemy. So enemy every once in a while, there's different types of enemies in the game. Very cool looking monsters. And some of them will attack Samus like head on, just run into her. And the difference is they'll like shine for a second, and that gives you an opportunity to uppercut them, just pressing X. And it's almost like a Hadouken, just in Street Fighter, just bam. And it feels so good to do it. And you just hit them, you give them like a nice uppercut for getting too close. Bam, don't get too close. And then you return a fire, and boom, it's like a 1-2, and the monster's done and it's like a penalty for being too aggressive. Just like gamers, we could be aggressive too when we're playing, but it's cool to see that the enemies that can actually affect them as well. So if the enemy wants to try to attack Samus head on and run straight into her, they better be quick or catch her off guard, because if not, boom boom, you're gonna get the nice 1-2. So great combat. I love the different worlds, and great game. Number 3 is Death's Door. Death's Door was, oh man, when that game came out, it was so close to my heart. It's another like indie title, and it's about this crow that's like in the afterlife, and it has a job to do. Its job is to collect souls and bring it over. Right? I hope I'm getting that right, and because it's been a while, right? So basically, I think either their job is being jeopardized, or just like things aren't going well, and this crow has to like figure out what's going on. And not to like spoil the story and stuff like that, but this crow goes on a journey to find out what they have to do. But the story is not like super detailed and super in like depth. There's not that much depth there, but what there is a great adventure. So you have like very like Zelda like feeling in the game. The world is very cool looking. The combat is fantastic. It's difficult at times, but each time you fail, you like learn something new about the monsters or the bosses you're fighting, and you get different powers and different abilities throughout, and it helps you move along to like different sections of the game. I love the combat. I love the music. The music in the game is so good. And yeah, it's a really really good game. Number two and number one is actually was a little difficult, because number two came out recently. Number one, I finished, I loved it, and I was like, oh, this is my number one. So my number two is Halo Infinite. Halo's back. Spoiler, for those who don't know, Halo is back, and it is back in a big way. It is oh man, it's an unbelievable game. So I'm playing the campaign right now, and it's unbelievable. It's really good what 343 did, giving that extra year to polish the game and to work on the game, make it better, because it's super smooth. The graphics are great. Plays really, really, really well, and has a good story so far. Not an amazing story, but a good story. And but what I love about the campaign so far is the the like the way the map works, and how you can like attack like you could go off on an adventure almost, like if you want to decide to go save a unit of marines that are in trouble, you could go that way. Or if you want to stumble onto a outpost and try to take that back from the for the banished, you could do that as well. You could go left, you could go right, you could go straight ahead to one of the big bosses. It has almost like a Zelda like feel in that sense, like an open world. um and the combat is great. It feels really good, especially with the Halo Elite Series controller. And oh, so the multiplayer is actually really, really strong this time around. So I haven't played Halo multiplayer in a while. 4 and 5, I didn't really get into. I just played the campaigns and then moved on. But here, the multiplayer reminds me of my days playing Halo 2, Halo 3, in college, playing with my roommates or my buddies, and it brings you right back. It's almost like a time machine because the game plays so well. It's so smooth, so crisp, so much fun. You just have so much fun playing Halo, and it's something where it's like hard to put down. You play it and you just don't want to stop because you're having so much fun, whether you win or lose. I feel like any gamer could really enjoy this game. I love it. Can't wait to play more of it. Can't wait to finish the story of the campaign. I can't wait to play the campaign over with friends when they bring that out next year, co-op play. And yeah, I can't wait to continue playing the multiplayer. I'm just gonna continue playing it because it's that much fun. And number one, do a little drum roll. Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts, made by Double Fine, came out this year, and it blew me away. I mean, the the um the graphics were incredible. The art style was so unique. Oh man, you go to these different worlds. I don't know if you've played the first Psychonauts, but you go into people's minds, and you each person's mind is like a different world. So it's a different environment, it's a different experience. And in this one, the sprites, the colors in this game is, oh my goodness, it's so unbelievable. I spent so much time just taking screenshots and videos and everything like that, and posting it on Twitter, just because it just looks so incredible, so unbelievable. And it has a great story. The combat is fun, and the soundtrack is good, and it's really, really good. The music is good. The just the quality is so high in this game, and it just makes me wonder, like when Microsoft uh um purchased Double Fine, the company, what like how much were they able to do more because of the acquisition? Like how much was Double Fine able to add on to the game? Because I know they were kickstarted, right, initially, especially, and so they were kind of limited on what they could do. There's so many incredible minds in that company. So when there's so many artists and so many like great minds. So when it came down to level design, I'm sure they had to like cut stuff. I've heard reports that they had to think about like cutting certain parts of the game because they just couldn't do it. But after being acquired by Xbox, with the money and the support and the resources, because it's not just about the money all the time. It's about having a company that backs you and says like, hey, let the game come out when it's ready. When put it in the oven and let it cook until it's ready. Don't take it out of the oven until as a designer and as the great minds that you are, until it's ready and you feel comfortable. And that type of support, yeah, it does take finances to do, but it also takes moral support. It also takes a lot of other stuff that money can't buy. And I think the acquisition and the bond between Xbox and Double Fine is fantastic, and it really showed in this game. I feel like they were able to add so much more, so many more ideas, and things that they weren't able to do before. There's so many great story beats. There's so many great just worlds that you get to go in. Love this game. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. And so with that, that was so much fun, by the way. Now is the final part, and I'm going to be giving away for the first time a prize to a lucky listener out there. So what I did was on Twitter, I posted, hey, I'm doing this contest, and this is what you have to do to win, right? You have to follow Gamers University podcast on Twitter, um, retweet, right? And then retweet the message, right? And then the third thing was to like put your favorite game of all time. And I got some really cool answers, and all great games, obviously, right? And it's a fantastic question because you get so many different responses, so many different genres, so many different tastes out there, because the experience of gaming is very subjective. So I loved seeing so many different variations on what is the greatest game, right, of all time, because it's very subjective. It's whatever you think it is. And so with that said, people posted, people followed. I appreciate every single new listener out there. And so what I did was I posted all their names on like a random generator thing or whatever. Hit the button, it did its thing, and it gave me a name. So just to know, I'm not like looking for my favorite game, and whoever chooses that, I'm gonna choose that. Because actually nobody chose the real greatest game of all time, which is my favorite game of all time, right? But I'm just kidding, because it's subjective, right? So the winner is, I hope I don't butcher this, by the way. It's Dilitha Ranzara. Okay, and it's at Ranzara Dilitha. So it has the name in both the at and the full name there. So if I butchered that, I butchered it twice. For those that are counting, and I apologize. And congratulations, you are the lucky winner. And I'm so blessed that I even had the opportunity to do this. I love giving back. I love like helping others. It's what I do for a living. I'm a nurse, so it's in my nature to like help others, and it's a great feeling, and it's just something I'm passionate about. And I've doing this podcast allows me the opportunity to do contests and do stuff like that, and now I'm able to give back. I've always like, I love like trying to get on those contests and and win something, and I've actually, I mean, it wasn't a contest, but I was the first person to ever play the Xbox Series X. That's like unbelievable. It's incredible. It was an incredible experience. So um winning stuff like this and contests is a great feeling. So I'm glad I'm able to give that to somebody out there, and I hope that I'm in a position that I could do it again next year. And we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so congratulations, Dilitha Ranzara. I will send you a message on Twitter, and this episode will be out Monday. For those that you are listening to or watching, um, I hope you have happy holidays. And with that said, stay true to yourself and embrace your inner gamer. Peace.